Hello, Mr. Price here, and this is your video on the Unit 3 homework for Years 8, all about negative numbers. Okay, now this is a continue on from your previous unit's homework. Let's dive straight in. So, for this question, I'm being asked whether it's true or false, and if it isn't correct, put the correct answer down. So, let's have a think. Negative 3 add 5 equals 8. So, we can start at any number we like, either at negative 3 or positive 5. I'm going to choose to start at the biggest, or the number that looks the biggest, which is positive 5. Okay, and if I combine it with a negative 3, it's going to go down by 3. So negative 5 down by 3 does not get us to positive 8. It actually gets us to positive 2. Okay, now you don't actually have to put these positive numbers in there, but I'm going to put them in to emphasize you end up at positive 2. So this one is not correct, it's false. Okay, this one. Okay, once again, I can start at any number, either the negative 3 or the negative 5. So I'm going to start at negative 5, and I'm going to combine it with a negative 3, so it's going to go down by 3 from negative 5, and it indeed gets us to negative 8. That one's correct. Okay, this one's a bit different, so I'm going to combine the left side and the right side and see what I come up with. So, I'm going to start at negative 7, and this is a positive 5, so it's going to go up by 5 from negative 7, and I'm going to end up at negative 2. Okay, and on the left hand side, I've got a negative 7, and I am adding it by positive 5. So once again, starting at negative 7, going up by 5, I indeed get also negative 2. So this one is also correct. Okay, this one, once again, 8 plus 10, well that is 18. And this one here, if I subtract a negative number, it's going to go upwards. So 8 up by 10, and that is also 18. So that one's true. Last question on section 1. Negative 3 add 4. Well, I've got positive 4, and it's going to go down by 3, so I'm going to end up at 1. Okay, and then 4 down by 3 is 1, so that's also true. So only the first one was incorrect. Question 2, fill in the blanks. So 5 plus something gives us negative 3. Well, I can't add any positive numbers because I've already gone too far. So how far do you need to go down to get to negative 3? Well, I need to go down 5 to get to 0, and then another 3 to get to negative 3. So that's in total negative 8. Okay, this one here. 13 take away 7 equals something minus negative 2. So let's help myself out here by doing this sum in here. So 13 down by 17, sorry. So that is going to give us negative 4. Okay. And then we want this to be negative 4. So when I take away a negative number, my number is going to go up. So I want a number that's plus 2 to get me negative 4. So a number, when it goes up by 2, will get to negative 4. Well, that's going to be negative 6. Negative 6 up by 2 will give you negative 4. Okay, this one. 9 add negative 6. So this is starting at 9, going down by 6. That is 4. You can check by counting. So I want something, a negative 10 add something to get to 4. Well, if I add 10, I'll get to 0. So I need to add another 4. So that's a total of adding 14. Final question. Negative 4 add negative 3. So negative 4 combined with negative 3 gives us negative 7. And then negative 9 take away something will give us negative 7. Well, here I need to be careful. I want to go up by 2 to get to negative 7. And it's got to be a take away, so I want to take away negative 2, so it goes up by 2 to get my final answer. Okay. Final question. This number has to be a positive number. And the wobbly one has to be a negative number. So how many different answers can we get where that answer is 12? Well, I'll come up with 3 different ones. And you just need to make sure that when you've done yours, it works correctly, and this has to be positive and this has to be negative. Well, let's do one example where, let's call this 14. So I want to take away a number that's negative to get to 12. Will it work? Well, actually, if this has to be negative, it won't work because this will now always go up, so I can't use positive 14. It's got to be a number that goes up to give 12. So let's do 10 instead. If we take away a negative number, it's going to go up. I want to get to 12, so I want negative 2. Okay, once you've got a starting point, you can start to work systematically. So I can reduce this one by 1 to get to 9, and raise this one to negative 3, have 8 and negative 4, and so on. Okay, now the absolute cutoff point is 12 take away 0, negative 0. Now you can argue that you're allowed negative 0, so 12 take away negative 0 is 12. You can have 11 take away negative 1 to give us 12, and so on. And that's quite a nice systematic method of doing it. That's your homework completed, and as always, see me in class if you're stuck.